On November 2nd, we are celebrating, as we do every year, the commemoration of all the faithful departed. As I prepared to do some sharing with you about the meaning of this important day, I spent time looking at the Mass and looking at the prayers, the opening prayer at Mass, the prayer over the gifts, and the prayer after communion. And there are such beautiful texts there. In those prayers on this Mass for the commemoration of all the faithful departed, these are the things we say to God. We begin by asking God to lead our beloved departed to a place of light and peace. We go on in the next prayer to asking God to lead our beloved departed into union with Christ in his resurrection. And the final prayer, the one after communion, we ask God to lead us to deeper faith and stronger hope in the promise of resurrection. You know, these prayers tell us that in God's loving plan, in the mystery of God's creation, death is not the end of the story. Resurrection is. Now we see this just in the natural world, and one of the most beautiful and dramatic examples of death not being the end, but new life as the end, is what happens to the caterpillar. Now this season of the year, we're in fall, caterpillars die. When you think of the caterpillar lets go of the life it has known. But in letting go of the life it has known, it lets come a whole new life as a butterfly. This is a remarkable transformation, and if you think about it, would be quite a surprise for the caterpillar. Does the caterpillar, as the caterpillar's letting go, realize that what will happen eventually is the emergence of a glorious, magnificent, colorful butterfly? No. Now, in between the stages of the caterpillar letting go of life as it has known it and letting come new life as a butterfly, there's the stage of the cocoon. There's this long period of being wrapped in silence. And actually, if we could see inside the cocoon, we would discover that it's something of a shapeless, formless, kind of mushy mess. And out of that, God is going to bring a butterfly. Part of what we're doing as a church on November 2nd is embracing for all of us, for those who are beloved who have died, but also for us who are still living, that in the process of dying and moving towards the new life that's the resurrection, we spend time in a cocoon. We don't know where our beloved dead are in the journey, so we ask God, finish the journey with them, bring them to the place of light and peace, bring them to the fullness of resurrection. But we also pray for one another, because each of us, in going through grieving, sorrow, loss of someone beloved to us, is in a period of a cocoon, wrapped up in the pain of the loss. We gather in chapels, churches, sacred places all around the world on this day to pray not only for our beloved dead, but to pray for each other. As we live through whatever period of grieving and sorrow is there, we embrace each other in this. And in doing that, not only are our beloved departed prayed into God's presence, we are praying each other into the resurrection of a stronger faith in what God really wants for us, fullness of life. So isn't it a great gift that the church gathers us every year in love and support, and in doing that, we lead each other from the cocoon of grief into the new life of resurrection.